Hello everyone, am I audible? Good evening, am I audible? Okay. Let's wait for 4 5 minutes, then we'll start. Okay, so how many of you have submitted the assignment? Assignment 1. Just you can raise an emoji from here. Cool. Any doubts in assignment 1? I won't be able to solve the question as it is because the deadline is not over yet, but I can address doubts. Generate doubts in assignment 1. I don't think so. A lot of people will be joining today compared to last session. Last session we had a strength of over 100, more than 100 in fact. Uh, I'm writing here in chat. Don't know if people joining after writing message can see the chat or not. By the way, yeah, the recording will be available. The recording of previous session is also available on YouTube. I will share the link here of my channel. You can subscribe so that you don't miss out on videos. I will upload the recording by midnight tonight only. Uh, so this is the recording of the last session. I'm pinning it here. I'm also sending the link to my YouTube channel. Anyways, I'm not monetizing it, so it's if you subscribe, it would be something like I'll be earning from it, but it will be helpful to you. Okay. Um, where's the channel link? If I go here, if I go here, and then I go here, this is my channel link. It also contains the videos of previous NPTEL sessions. I'm also pinning this. So everyone who has joined right now, wait a second. Everyone, yeah, who has joined right now, I have pinned here the YouTube sessions of the last session, the YouTube video of last session, and my YouTube channel links. So if you want, you can subscribe. You will be notified instantaneously when the new video arrives. I will be premiering it, so you guys easily get a notification. If you are busy to watch, is busy to attend the session right now. Otherwise, I would suggest please attend in live, because I will be discussing, because right now we don't have a lot of theoretical content to discuss. The course is just starting and the topics are quite simpler. So right now I think is the best time to start some of the extra topics which I promised I will be delivering. So can I create a poll over here, something? How many of you know Python? Python, those who are fluent in Python, those people, the people who can write code, etc. Okay, a lot of people know Python. Okay, okay, so around 9 people, 8-9 people. Okay, so how many of you don't know Python at all? No problem. You just vote. Raise your hand. I will be able to see. Okay. So if I start teaching Python right now from say beginning or setup, how to set it up, etc., etc., the people who know Python, will they have any problem in teaching? Like, will I be wasting your time or not? I'm just asking. Otherwise, I can pick up some other topic, and I can keep this session. Good evening. Okay, sure. Thanks a lot. No, otherwise, like if you have some other work, and if you know Python, I would suggest you can drop. Actually, I'm not asking you to drop. I'm suggesting, like, otherwise, I think that will be a complete waste of your time if you know it. So otherwise, like, we can start from beginning, like how the people who don't know Python at all, and how to start with Python. Because later in the course, I'll be teaching coding sessions. Sorry. Yeah, hello, Nilab. Good evening. Okay. I I tried asking. I tried asking NPTEL team. Okay, they are saying that session is you are given time to, like, you are circulated form to select in the beginning. They cannot change the time for every session right now. Okay, they have finalized it. The last time that we had discussion, the last session we had discussion about this, and I asked them. Sorry. Hello. So last session recording is available there. You can watch it if you want. Okay, there's nothing special. I didn't teach anything in last session. Okay. The links are provided. I agree. I agree. It's hello. Yeah, just a second. Just a second. I agree that the time is not feasible, but the issue is that only because I asked people wanted to shift to Saturday, and see today only 32 people have joined. On Saturday, only one or two people joined. So after after 8 p. Sorry, after 6 p.m. 6. Ha ha ha. I agree, but after 6 p.m. there are no slots provided by NPTEL. Like 6 to 8 is the last session for a day you can take. This is the issue. I Earlier I cannot keep it. I have my lab sessions. I am in lab at that time. So at 6 at 5:30 I become free. I come to hostel. I just start this whole thing. So I agree, but I cannot do anything in this. I cannot shift the slot for the day to later slot. I can shift it to earlier, but I don't have time at that time. I'm busy at that time mostly. I agree. I tried asking, but from last two semesters, I'm taking these sessions, and I'm trying to keep. I try keeping it on weekends, but on weekends only one or two people join. I can show you here. See, I can show on my YouTube channel, and you can see the videos. I can show you. Just let me present my screen. You can see the total view people joining the session. Just let me share my screen. Sorry, is my screen visible? You don't need to contact me. The YouTube channel is pasted here in comment section. Sorry, in this messages you can see here. Okay. Is my screen visible? I have shared my screen. Is it visible? Not visible. Is it visible? Okay, okay. Anytime, okay, okay. Thanks. Anytime it goes off, okay. Just type it here. Okay, so I'm extremely sorry about the timings because this is the only issue which I have faced. And let me show you. Let me show you. See here, my screen is visible. This is week 10 video. Okay, CS90 week 10 video, and at a random time, take a guess. Take people. See, 3 people have joined. By the end of the session, only one person is there. I'm teaching one person. This is me sharing my screen. This is me. Okay, and at any week you go, at any week, say this is week 10, this is week 11, week 9, let's go to week 9. Okay, week 9, 6 people only there, and out of 6 I am only repeated thrice. One is my iPad, one is my screen presenting, and one I'm joining with my mic. Only 3 people have joined. So this is what used to happen on weekdays. Sorry, weekends. That's why I could not I thought see 35 people are there, and that course 35 people were joining in total 12 weeks. So this is why I had to keep it here at this time. I agree this is now not a perfect time for everyone. So I'm suggesting for those people who are not able to join, they can write their doubts in that discussion panel, which I have told where it is. You can find in the last video. You can just watch last video and see. And then in the discussion panel, once you find it, you can join there and you can paste or you can just post your doubts there. And I will be picking those doubts in this session. I will be discussing them. I saw last week nobody posted any such specific doubts. The doubts, let me clear. Let me see and if we had any doubts last session or not. Screen is not changing. Sorry, what can you see right now? Can you see this machine learning page here? No? Okay. Okay, sorry. Let me check. Now is it visible? Okay, cool. Sorry about that. So in the announcement section, people had doubts na how will they come to know the session is happening. So in the announcement section, you can see NPTEL team posts this message every week that the session will be taken. Okay, so from here you can join, and apart from that, what you can see here is this Q&A. Yeah. So if you go to Q&A, okay, so these are some questions which I have to watch video and answer, but these are the generic questions which the other people in the group they can also answer. So an assignment answers, okay, these things, course plan, okay, assignment one, reference books. So these are reference books and all I have uploaded here, and you might I think PMRF team has shared it or not. Let me just check, okay. So NPTEL team will share this thing. I mean, let me show you. PMRF this Excel sheet with you soon. It should have shared it by now. I don't know why they haven't shared it. They generally share this sheet every week, and you will be able to find the YouTube video link. Okay. You will be going to this drive folder. Okay, and attendance etc. So I will share this link here as well. So I'm sharing it here, and just let me know if you are able to access this sheet. Okay. So people are still joining. Okay, so in this sheet you will find this video link, yeah, last week's video link, and this is the doubt session drive. So in this the resources, I will be pasting the links to the book. So Bishop Machine Learning book, this is the link. While sorry, yeah, this Goodfellow, this link is there. Sorry, just a second, people are joining. Okay. So yeah, so in these two links, you can just open it and you can see the reference books. Okay, and these are the questions which I discussed, supervised learning last videos. So there are no such questions. What would a philosopher choose? Yeah, so somebody has said it here. I'm just asking it, generic question. Why would a philosopher choose Bayesian method? If I go to this video, suggest teaching here. So can anyone tell me why would a philosopher choose Bayesian? Just type it, mute yourself, you can answer it. Yeah, Rajan. You can unmute yourself and answer. No problem. I'm just I'll be starting after a few minutes. People are still joining, so you can start. Yeah. चलेगा चलेगा. Okay. Okay. Oh, nice. IR कौन सा? AI, ओके ओके. हम्म. सॉरी. मैं यू आस्किंग आई विल बी टीचिंग और नॉट? Actually, na linear algebra. If I start teaching, the 2 hours they will be very short to teach linear algebra. Okay, so what I can suggest is like, see, I will share the link. If you are free, you can watch that. They are very interesting videos. हाँ. नो प्रॉब्लम. आई मीन इट्स अप टू यू. अगर आपको जो टाइम परमिट जैसा भी कर रहा है, ठीक है, इट शुड बी योर पर्सनल डिसीजन. लाइक इफ यू आर आस्किंग फॉर सजेशन, आई वुड सजेस्ट कि आपको जो कन्वीनियंट लग रहा है आप करिए, ठीक है. अगर आपको इफ यू जस्ट वांट टू अटेंड सेशंस, ठीक है, आपको कोर्स नहीं लेना है, एग्जाम नहीं देना है, ठीक है, सो यू कैन डू इट एज वेल. लाइक इट्स नो हार्ड एंड फास्ट रूल दैट इफ यू. हाँ. सर इतना मैथमेटिक्स पढ़ाया, इतना मैथमेटिक्स रिक्वायर्ड नहीं है इस कोर्स के लिए जितना आप इसके लिए करे हुए हैं. गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? इतना इतना मैथमेटिक्स रिक्वायर्ड नहीं, बेसिक्स आर रिक्वायर्ड. आई मीन इफ यू सी एट मैथ्स द रिक्वायरमेंट इज आपको मैट्रिक्स कैलकुलस और मैट्रिक्स मल्टीप्लिकेशन दीज थिंग्स यू शुड नो, ठीक है, लिनियर अलजेब्रा में. ओके, up to matrix multiplication is required for you. I mean, I don't think so. Itna subspace and these all things are required. And linear algebra is not a very difficult topic to comprehend. It's ultimately how many dimensions are valid for you, but how many dimensions are least needed for a problem to be solved. This is all linear algebra. ठीक है, अब इसको अलग तरीके से प्रपोज किया जा रहा है. Somebody is proposing it in the form of determinants. Someone is proposing it in the form of matrices. Okay, so ultimately linear algebra is something you should not be worried about कि बहुत difficult चीज़ है. Subspace एक subspace क्या है? I mean, if I ask you एक matrix that a linearly independent matrix. No, there is no attendance for the meeting, Praveen. A linearly independent matrix. Okay, what is it? It's like all the columns are linearly independent. Linearly independent, they are not dependent. Means they are not multiplications, additions of other two columns like that. Why is it needed? See, एक matrix होता क्या है? What is a matrix? There are two things existing in machine learning. One is vector, other is matrix. Okay, getting my point? Vector is your data. Okay, data in some space. Okay, and matrix is an operation which is applied on that data. So matrix can basically transform your data. Getting my point? Okay, so if I say correct. सर ऐसे कौन से 4 क्वेश्चंस थे? लेट मी चेक, लेट मी आस्क यू. मतलब हाँ, कौन से? मेरी स्क्रीन में बताइए कौन से 4 क्वेश्चंस थे वो. ओके. ChatGPT, you cannot expect it to teach you. Okay, that is the only problem. ChatGPT can only answer your query, and it basically expects we know some surface level knowledge about it. It doesn't make any sense. Correct, it doesn't make any sense आपके लिए. हाँ. हाँ हाँ हाँ. Sure sir, sure sir. So I have attached समझ रहा हूँ मैं सर. I have attached this link. Gilbert Frank का YouTube channel है. You can watch videos about linear algebra here. He is the best person to teach linear algebra to anyone. अगर मैं पढ़ाने लग जाऊँ तो it will be, you know, इनके लिए disrespect हो जाएगी कि इनके होते हुए I'm teaching that. So that person, that MIT person, yeah, you should learn from him. I've attached the link. So okay, so it's a very short course, like it's not very big. You can get say, yeah, three blue, one brown is three brown, one blue, something like that. It's brown, blue. I don't know which comes first. It's a good channel for beginners, but still, like it doesn't teach in-depth analysis of linear algebra. Okay, so it just gives you surface level understanding of linear algebra, intuition level understanding. So you can also go through that. Three blue, one brown. I think it's three blue, one brown. At this channel. No problem, no problem. Sure, sir. Sure, sure. Okay, okay. नहीं नहीं, वो सब्जेक्ट की डिसरेस्पेक्ट हो जाती है उस चीज़ में. Okay, thanks a lot, thanks a lot. Okay, okay. So yeah, hello. Mm-hmm. Question number 3. Yes. Uh, ये वाला, this thing, right? Because the vectors span R cube, this thing, right? Okay. So you have been asked, are these three vectors linearly independent? Can you somehow put these vectors in a matrix, and can you basically add something to derive? Come here. Say if 1 plus 4 cannot be 7, 2 plus 5 cannot be 8, 3 plus 6 cannot be 9. Yes. Span. Let me tell you. Okay. I got it. So see, let me open something here. I think draw.io doesn't work now. It should work. Okay. Where's the pencil? Where's the pencil? I think. Okay. Scratch pad. Okay, let me leave it. Okay, I will tell you. So span means, what is span? Span means the range, the coverage. Okay. So if I take one vector, that vector is 1, 2, 3. It basically tells me. Let me connect my iPad. Okay. Sorry for wasting time, but interesting question. This is an interesting question. I won't be able to do it. Sorry, battery is not charged. Okay, so a vector 1, 2, 3 is basically a point in a three-dimensional space that tells you that what is the position of that point in some space. Okay, so that vector is spanning across R cube. But if I take two vectors, okay, if I take two vectors here, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8, 9, three vectors, okay, so there are also some points in space. Okay, so if what it's telling is, are these vectors linearly independent? It means that do they need those three dimensions to basically represent themselves? Getting my point? So this is why this span thing comes, because the vectors span R cube. Okay, so this span, how can you come to this uh, conclusion, you can basically check the linear dependency of the vectors. Okay, so if you can somehow come to some vector from other two vectors, summation, multiplication with some scalar. So this means the vectors are not linearly independent; they are dependent. In that case, one vector consumes other vector, and that vectors are not linearly independent. So this is this is the consequence of linearly independency. Okay, so because determinant of this coefficient matrix is 0, if the determinant is 0 of this matrix, combining this, then they are not independent. Yes, because each vector has unique component, it cannot be determined from given information. So this is how you can determine linear combination or determinant. So why determinant 0? What determinant 0 tells you? Determinant 0 tells you that the area is spanned by three-dimensional vectors is 0. This means that the three dimensions are not needed. Okay, this means that some vector is dependent on some other vector. So if I take 2 cross 2 matrix and if I compute the area of that, determinant of that, so if I take 1 2 2 4, this matrix, okay, so this is basically a linearly dependent matrix. If I compute the determinant, determinant will be 0. Okay, so this basically tells that one vector is basically you can also do that. This is a basic thing you can do. The determinant interpretation. Yes, that is another. That is the condition. But the way to find it is, so if there's a linear combination between two vectors, okay, so determinant will somehow come to 0. My iPad is not charged right now. Sorry. So I didn't plan that, so it might I won't be able to connect it, but okay. So from next time I'll keep it in mind and I'll start doing that. Okay. So anyways, assignment 1 question 2. Consider a 3 cross 3 matrix with eigenvalues 1, 2, 3. Okay. Define a new matrix n is equals to 2c plus 3i, what could be the eigenvalues of n. Okay. So can anyone tell me which one could be, how what is the effect of adding a identity matrix on eigenvalues? I cannot solve the assignment questions, the deadline is not over yet. Okay, I can just discuss the surface level problems which you are facing. Somebody please answer me. What is this thing? Hello? Am I audible? Yeah. Yes, correct. Yes, correct. So basically 2C, if I write it here, so if I decompose it, this matrix C, so I will get, if I do say SVD decomposition, okay, so I will get three matrices, U, epsilon, sigma and V, something like that. So if you multiply those three matrices, the eigenvalues are stored in middle matrix, I think. Yeah, the sigma matrix contains eigenvalues. So eigenvalues 1, 2 and 3 basically tells you that the uh, the strength of eigenvectors in u, epsilon and v. So u and v, the strength of eigenvectors is stronger. The third eigenvector strength is stronger than the first one. That's so the rest of the element. So basically, this eigenvalue matrix basically is populating the diagonal, and then 3i, okay, 3i this is basically added. So it's basically again getting added. So it's 3 plus 3 plus 3. Getting it? Sorry, diagonal matrix, diagonal values are 3, 3, 3. And in this case, the diagonal values are 1, 2, 3. So if you see there is no relative change between the, say, what we call in eigenvalues. Relatively, they are just getting increased to a summation of 3. So, so hello? Yes, yes. Yes. Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Correct. I cannot write right now. I mean, I need to charge my iPad. I don't have charger placed it somewhere. Sorry about that. I didn't plan on basically taking this session in writing. I was planning on teaching Python. So, mm-hmm. And one multiplication. One multiplication is basically if I say I have 1000 time steps. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So instead of computing for each row 1000 times, I will construct a matrix of 1000 cross each row. Okay, so this is given here as it is. This is the 1000 times 1000 multiplications, and this is the 6 cameras and 3 radar sensors values. Okay, yielding a matrix like this. So this means basically you can compute it at once. Okay, so now you have to basically convert it to three values, one channel and two channel. So you have to multiply it with some matrix, to reduce this dimension to this dimension. Okay, this is what linear multiplication is all about. Yes, 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 that's what you have to do. Yeah, sure. Yes, correct. Yeah, it is 5th of February. Yes. Yes, yes. After 5th of February, midnight on 6th, like 6th of like 12 a.m. Yeah, the answers will be released and you will be getting total marks of this. Right now, the total marks are not given for you, right? No, 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 no. Nah, you have to log in. You have to log in here. Okay. Now let me show you. Let me show you. I don't think so. The answers will be visible. Let me show you. Are the answers visible right now or not? Okay. So I'm just filling just dummy like this. Let me submit it. Okay. So it is not giving me answer. I can edit it till this time. I can re-edit all the answers till this deadline, and I can resubmit it. That's why I'm not discussing the answers as it is, because after week 1 deadline is over, I will be discussing all the questions here. Okay. Diagonal matrix means we are representing matrix in eigenvalue, but in question it's not mentioned that we are not using eigenbasis. We are using the whole uh, three the multiplication of three matrix, that is U, d sigma and V, this whole times 2 and plus 3i. Try solving it yourself once, okay? Just solve it, get the final matrix, keep some dummy values, keep it, and then you'll try to find the eigenvalues for the final matrix again. You will be getting some interesting findings there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Upper lower, I don't know. I mean, yeah, is it upper lower? Yeah, it is. It is. People are still joining. Okay, so yeah, let's start. Okay, uh, I let's just wait for some. Sorry, video. No. Binay, I have pinned the messages here where you can see the last videos recording, last week's video, and my YouTube channel and Excel sheet where you can find everything. Okay, I will upload everything. Okay, so yeah, let's start with the Python stuff. Hello, yeah. No attendance. Yeah, you can join at your convenience. You can join anytime, leave anytime. You can watch videos. Everything is pinned here. Fourth question, I closed it. Let me start Python. Otherwise, let me check if it's now if the norm of z in LP space is defined as correct. Which one of the following norms will give the same value as L1 norm of z? So what is the issue? What is L1 norm? The LP norm is basically you raise every value to the power p, and then you sum it, and then you apply the root of that power. So L1 norm will be just summation of these values. Correct? Summation of these values will be 0. Okay? And when there's a chances of coming to 0. When are the other chances of it coming to 0? Can you see? L2 norm will it bring to 0? L2 norm never brings it to 0. L 0.45 norm is it doesn't come bring it to 0. Okay. So, okay. Okay. Okay, so yeah, let's start. So yeah, let's start with Python stuff. Okay. So what is going on here? Okay. Yeah. Can anyone tell me like how much Python do you need to basically do machine learning, basic machine learning? People who don't know the people who know Python, can anyone tell me? Is it difficult? Because from my perspective, it's very easy. I just wanted to ask someone who knows a bit of Python, does a bit of machine learning there. Okay, so let me just surprise you. You don't need to learn a lot of Python to do machine learning. Okay, basics of Python are sufficient. The basics of Python means the basic data sets, the basic of everything. Just it's very much, the minimal is required. Yeah, it mainly needs awareness of packages, how to use them, and basics of Python are required. Okay, so still, why do we study machine learning? Because if I just study package, I can just know the name of the packages, name of the machine learning algorithms. I can import them and do the thing. But still, correct. Still, we need to basically study the theory behind it, because just knowing the package is not sufficient. So this might look very daunting, that topics being taught are very difficult, but nothing of that sort is required when coding in Python. Okay, so when I will teach Python, you will see the magic trick behind it, and then you once you know the magic trick, the trick of the how the magic is done, the magic is not that astonishing. So this is what machine learning is, and that is how machine learning is basically applied in Python. So the platform which I will be using to teach Python and other stuff is Google Colab. So what you can do is you can go to Google Colab. Okay, so this is an interpreter based Python environment. This is an interpreter based environment. So what does interpreter based environment means? It means I can write segments of code and I can I can run those codes instead of basically writing the whole code from start to end and running it at once. Okay, so for beginners and for testing purposes, this type of interpreter environments are very good. These environments can also run as notebook the scripts finally once you're done with writing code. So that's another thing. So this is what this is what this notebook looks like. Right now they have also brought this generated with AI Gemini thing. So what? Let me teach you. Let me just show you everything. So once you open Colab, you come here and you will find the sections. The way notebook is written, the main sections will be given here. Okay, the variables which we'll be using will be shown here. The credentials to basically connect some other thing here will be shown here, and while the data which we upload for our use will be shown here. Okay, so let me show you this thing. Okay, so what does this Colab provide to us? Any doubts till now? Hello, any doubts till now? If anyone has a doubt anytime in the video, just you can raise your hand. Okay. Sorry. So if you go here, and so I will just show you everything. The people who are seeing the Colab for first time. Okay, so right now you can see here I have been given 12 GB of RAM and disk space of 107 GB. I'm not using GPUs, and Gemini is also provided to us. So they're also selling Colab Pro. So Colab Pro gives you, say, it costs around $12 a month. It gives you powerful GPUs, higher memory. Okay, so it gives us also terminal access. So that is 12 into 80, That is around 1000 rupees per month. Okay. Colab Pro gives you 500 units, compute units, and it gives you background execution. So apart from the basic things, and Colab Enterprise basically is for companies, so we don't use that. I don't use Google Colab. Minimized. Can you not see the screen? Is it visible now? Okay. So let me open this session again. So yeah, so there are a lot of options here, and once you start using it, you will be coming to know how to use, etc., etc. Okay, I can change runtime type from CPU to GPU anytime. These 800 etc. are paid, and this T4 etc. they are very cheap GPUs, so you can use them anytime if you need it. Okay, so let's not use GPU for now. So this is a cell. This cell basically can be used to write code, as well as it can be used to write text. So I can write hi. It's printed here. So how do I run this cell? Okay, how do I basically say if I write hi here and I come here, so it automatically shows up like this. I can delete it, I can edit it, whatever I want I can do. Okay, so let me write the codes first. I won't be writing this text box. Text box are used to just basically make the note and this notebook more interpretable. Apart from that, text box are of no use, because ultimately what you have to do is write code here. So let's start with Python stuff. So Python is basically, as a language, is very simple. It's more like say human pseudocode type of language. Okay, so basic operations of mathematics, any mathematical operations can be performed. Can perform very easily. Okay, so applying hashtag before anything just makes it a comment, and this is not a code. This is not a code as per Python, because I have added hashtag here. Okay, so it does not run this stuff. But if I write simply mathematical operations, it will give me error because it's not a command in Python. It's giving me error, invalid syntax. The syntax is not valid. Okay, so anyways, any mathematical operations such as say 2 plus 3, 1 into 2, 2 divided by 3. Okay, these all operations are shown in Python as it is. In other languages, you cannot just write this and expect the language to give you output. You have to add a lot of variables, etc. So in Java, what you will be doing is you will be writing v is equals to 2 plus 3. Then in Java you do system dot out dot println v. This will give error here, but in Java this thing works. So here in Python we use print statement instead of. So in this way it can also print the output, and if you write simply v, it will also print the output. So this is how variables are used. So now if I go here, okay, I have this variable. V is an int type variable. It has shape. It doesn't have any shape right now because it's a one-dimensional variable. Okay. So once I teach NumPy etc., you will be coming to know about the shape of the variable. Okay, so this is the basic mathematical. This is how basic mathematical operations are handled in Python. There are other two types, the 2-3 operations which are used by other languages, but in Python they are very specific. So if I write 10 divided by 2, it gives me 5.0. Basically it gives me a float type variable. But if I write 10 percentage 2, it should give me 0. So what does percentage operation do? It gives you the remainder. Okay, it gives me the remainder. Okay, so once you divide 10 by 2, the remainder is 0. But if I divide 11 by 2, the remainder should be 1. Correct? Till now, any doubts? Okay. So there are some other operations as well. So what is 2 into 2 into 2? That is 8, right? This is 2 to the power 3. 2 to the power 3. In Python, 2 to the power 3 doesn't work in this way. In Python, this is some bitwise operation. Okay, it doesn't work in this way. So how can we compute 2 to the power 3? We can write like this. If you apply 2 times 2 star operations, 2 multiplication operations consecutively, you will get 8. So this is a very useful thing. Yeah, correct. Then coming to, say, there's another operation, double division operation. So if I write 5 divided by 2, I will get 2.5. If I write 5 divided by 2, I will get 2. So what this does is, it basically gives you the remaining part, once you write the division, so it basically leaves out the remainder and gives you the exact output, integral output of that. Okay, it doesn't give you the remainder part. So if I write, if I divide 12 by say 13 by 3, and the quotient, so quotient will be 13 divided by 3, while remainder will be 13 percentage 3. So I have this Gemini thing here, it automatically completes the code for me. So see, quotient is 4, let me print it in different lines. Remainder is 1, correct? Yes. I'm not naming the terminologies here because people might find it like very difficult. I'm just going at very beginner level. Okay, so now these are some of the basic mathematical operations which are performed in Python. Got it? Any doubts till now? No doubts, okay. So the next thing which one can do here, okay, leave it. So right, yeah. So these are some of the basic operations in Python which people generally do. Okay. Now let me teach you some of the building blocks. Hadamard multiplication is element-wise multiplication, nothing else. Hadamard multiplication product is just element-wise multiplication. See, Google image. If you see, 3 into 1 is 3, 5 into 6 is 5 into 6. This is Hadamard operation, nothing else. The name is very difficult, otherwise it's very easy thing. And was just Hadamard found it. We can not only multiply matrix the linear algebra way, we can also multiply the matrix R way. Yes, I will be telling all that. Just wait a second. That's where I'm going. I'm just telling you some of the basic operations first. Okay, then I will be just teaching Python. Won't be teaching the concepts, algorithm concepts. I'll be teaching Python only. Okay. So in any language, in Python, any language, this main keyword is very important. Okay. This main keyword tells a compiler where to begin. Okay, so it tells a compiler where to begin from, and in Python it's not needed, not mandatory in Python, but in other languages it's mandatory, but in other language but still people prefer to use it to basically maintain a consistency in code and make code modular. Modular means write the code in functions instead of running through lines of code. Okay, so before we start in this stuff, okay, these are some of the operations: addition, subtraction, etc., etc. Print I have taught. Some of the algorithm questions which you can start doing is, okay, so this is what that algorithm questions I'll tell you. Okay, Geeks for Geeks is a nice website. Okay, anytime you can visit this website and learn about Python and those stuff. I'm pasting it here. This website, for those people who are not into coding, they can go through it and they can see how the programs in Python are written. Okay, so yeah, coming to this thing, this is where the compiler begins the execution from. But before that, let me teach some of the basic other Python stuff. Okay, so the first thing is looping. The next thing will be condition. Okay, so in looping, what is looping? Looping basically tells you repeat some steps. Correct? Let me show you how. So if I ask you to print my name 10 times, what you will do? You will write print. Okay, I'll just copy paste it 10 times. Tedious thing. I couldn't do it after 4 step. Okay, so what I'll do is I can just loop this print statement to run 10 times. How can I run this print statement 10 times? What I can do is I can write. So there are like two types of print. Looping mechanisms in Python. In C, C++, there are 3 types of mechanisms, but in Python there are 2 types of mechanisms. Okay, so first one is for loop, the next one is while loop. Both are important, both are necessary. Let me tell you first for loop. Okay, so for loop is used when we know how many times to run the code. This is a generic definition of using for loop. Yeah, Olivia, hello. Hello. Yes, you're audible. No problem, no problem. Yes, the recording is present here. People have pasted link to quite up sometime. You are busy, you are in traffic, you can, don't worry about joining. Just I will paste the recording link here. Okay, you can watch the recording. Okay, this is the last week's recording and the recordings will be updated on this channel only. Okay, so when this is a very generic definition, because It's not mandatory, you can run it for infinite times. That is not an issue. Okay, so let me show you. So the autocomplete is already there. So what it tells is, I have this variable I. Okay, I basically loop it over a range of 10, and so this basically I has now become a counter. I has become a counter which counts till 10, and it will print Sahil 10 times. See, after for loop the Sahil has been printed 10 times. But the thing is, do we really need I here? Because we are not using. Okay, had I used comma, say this thing, so this would have printed Sahil 0, 1, 2. So okay, yeah, another thing I'll teach you. I'll say teach you later. So now this Sahil is getting printed 10 times and this variable is getting utilized. What if I'm not needing this variable? So what you can do is you can just put underscore. In that case, this variable is not required and it will again print Sahil, but without this variable. Okay. Another thing to keep in mind is, once the countings in Python generally start from 0. So when the range is 10, okay, when the range is 10, this means 0 to 9. It doesn't go to 10. Okay, correct? Any doubts till now? Week 3 quiz will be live soon. I think the content has just been released. I just got an email about week 3 content being released. Yeah, lecture videos of week 3 are live. The other lectures in this assignment will be released shortly. It's written in the email, assignment will be released shortly. Okay? Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. As Ganesh has written, we can use this. See, Python installations generally are done using pip. Okay. So whenever you want to run some system command, say this pip is a system command. You cannot write pip install, say network X. I'm using network X. I cannot install it like this. It will give me an error. Actually, it's doing it. Okay. And anyways, in Colab is working like this. In local terminals, it does not work. So what you do is you can add an exclamation mark, and you can simply write the same command, and it will install it. Okay. So see, in between it's giving error here, but Colab somehow basically works around and runs it as a function, as a terminal command, but local terminals will not do it. So you can just add an exclamation mark here, and it will install the library for this session only. Okay. Yeah, for this session only. Okay. Just which question? Sorry. Second question. Mm-hmm. Yes. See, you don't need eigenvectors actually. Why? I will tell you. You don't need eigenvectors because the changes which you are bringing there, the changes which you are bringing in the operation, those changes are applied to all the vectors equally, correct? You multiply some matrix. I have a matrix 1, 2, 3. The next row is 11, 12, 25. If I multiply this whole matrix by 2, this whole matrix will be scaled by a factor of 2, right? So that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Those vectors don't matter. The operations which we perform there, okay, those operations and that addition operation that matters, because the addition is also applied system wide on that whole matrix. Okay, some it's not like one row is added, then second row is not added, third row is added. It's not like that. It's just identity matrix multiplied by 3. So 3 is added to all the rows, to all the diagonal elements basically. Okay, and 2 is this, the matrix, whole matrix is scaled by 2. Okay, so this is what you have to do. Okay. That you have to do it yourself. Okay, right now I've just cleared the question for you. No, the vectors are not needed. The question, you don't need to solve the whole question to get to the answer. Just really, like, work around is there. Okay, cool. So yeah, I was where I was on looping. Any doubts till now? Any doubts till looping? We can't visualize. Sorry. Okay, you can't visualize it. Okay, so how can I show you? The I is basically added to diagonal elements only. I is added to diagonal elements only. Okay. So if you take just whole matrix, if you take say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, if I add here I, the I will be added to diagonal elements only. So the 1, 3, 3, 1, 4, 6, 6, 7, 9, 9. This matrix become this. Okay. Try applying operations. Try applying eigenvector operations here on these two matrix. Basically decompose these two matrix in eigenvectors and eigenvalues and see what difference does it bring to the eigenvalues. Okay, then you will be able to visualize it. Got my point? Take some random matrix, apply this operation there and then see. You don't have to compute it, you have to just see the scaling. How does it scale? Got it? Please try solving it once, okay? Otherwise, we'll be discussing it next week. Next week, the deadline will be over and we'll be discussing it. So where was I? So yeah, I was telling what is the need of I, and when it's not needed, what we can do is we can just replace it with underscore. Okay. The other type of loop is while loop. We don't know how many times to run the code, but right now we know like I have to run it for 10 times. But say I cannot say. But see, as you can see here, this is a loop. I know it have to run from 0 to 1, but here I'm telling it I'm giving it a condition. It is given as a condition. Okay, so this is not basically looping. If I print here and if I do I plus 11, let me show you, let me copy paste it somewhere. Okay, so if I do this, I will be getting Sahil printed 10 times. Okay, but if I do this, I have changed the whole structure and it will be printed only once, because then after adding 10, the I becomes 11. 0 plus 10, sorry, it becomes 10. 10 is less than 10, condition turns false, and this loop is exited. Okay, so this is why it is, if we don't know how many times to run the loop, we generally prefer while loop. Okay. Any doubts till now? The loop part which I have not got. I'm teaching, say, very fast because we have to cover a lot of things. I cannot be just, this is why I'm telling you, like, just go through it, go through the lecture, and I will be giving you. So see, collab screen. It's okay, I'll zoom it. And, okay. What I was saying, yeah, I will be sharing some other uh, resources to learn Python. From there, you can just deep dive and study more about Python. Okay, but till now, right now, I'm going very fast paced. I'm not teaching you what this II plus one does. It basically performs an addition. How this addition is performed. Okay, how to do dry run testing of a code. Dry run testing of a code. It's very important. That basically helps you in understanding how a variable flow is working. So let me show. Okay, so you can just go through this session here. I'm pasting the link here, and I'm also pasting link here for you. And you can go through this video. It tells you how to do dry run test. So this is very important to learn, and it requires like a paper. I have to get my hands dirty. I don't have iPad, otherwise I would have shown you. Okay, so yeah, so this is how the dry run test is important to basically learn how the code works. Okay, how much time the loop will run. Okay, so yeah, that's all about looping. Now I'll go to conditional. So how the conditions are possible? Something is less than, greater than, less than, sorry, equals to, less than or equal to, greater than, equal to, and not equal to. Okay. So these are the operations. So let me show you sign by sign. So yes, I will be sharing the notebook in resources here. In this resources, where I shared the link, let me show you. In this doubt session folder, I'll be sharing the notebook here. Okay. So yeah, less than symbol. This is the less than symbol. Okay. Sorry, this is greater than. This is less than symbol. This is greater than. This is equals to. How am I able to do it? Gemini does it for me. Gemini just interprets what I have written earlier. It just gives me like that. Okay. So this is less than symbol. This is greater than symbol. This is equals to symbol. Equals to symbol. Basically, why is it double equals to? Because these are conditional, I would say, comparative operators. Comparative operators. Okay. So equals to is basically an assignment operator. It takes values from the right hand side. It assigns to the variable on left hand side. While this double equals to compares the left hand side value with the right hand side value. Okay. So yeah, these are the operations. So if I ask it to do, say, then what does these operations return? These operations return true or false. Okay. So how? So say, is 10 greater than 13? It will return false. Is 10 less than 13? It will return true. Is 10 equals to 13? False. 10 equals to 10? True. Okay. So these are how these operations work. And this is how we will be doing. So when I wrote this thing here, this I less than 10, what it tells me is if I is less than 10, okay, if I is less, sorry, let me show you here. If I is 0 is less than 10, correct, it will print, that will increase the value of I by 1, then it goes again here, comes here again, it will task if 1 is less than 10, so it will repeat till 9. At 10th condition it will stop, okay, when 10 is less than 10 it's not true, because 10 is equal to 10, okay. So yeah, these are the operators, these are comparative operators, and this is how you have to use them, okay. Any doubts till now? Any doubts, basic, anything you want to ask? People are still joining. Okay, so yeah, this is what, got some question. Triple equals to is not applied here. Triple equals to is used in JavaScript. Triple equals to is useless. I said. See, it will give me error. So I'll tell you the difference between double equals to and single equals to. Okay. So single equals to is an assignment operator, while double equals to is a comparative operator. What does this tell? Assignment operator, okay. Is there a way I can just allow everyone to access this class so that I don't have to admit it? It's not possible, right? Does anyone know anything about this? Okay. Hello? Yeah, Swati, hello. How? Where's the settings? Audio, video, general, captions. Which settings? Here? Okay, okay. Okay, thanks a lot, Oh, I have to just toggle it here every time. Thanks a lot. So yeah, this is assignment operator. Why this is comparative operator, I'll tell the difference, okay? So assignment operator is used when we want to assign a value to variable. So v is equals to 10. Okay, so if I print v, it will give me 10. Okay, now if this comparative operator, what it sees is it basically compares. I can ask it if v is double equals to 10. It will give me true. But if I do v is double equals to 11, it will give me false. So this is basically performing a comparison between two values, and this is assigning this variable this value. So this operator works right to left. 10 is assigned to v in this direction. Okay, while this operator works left to right. The only operator is this equal to operator is the only operator which works right to left. All the operators work left to right. Addition, multiplication, whatever are there. Okay. So this basically checks if V is equals to 10 or not. Okay. So this is the difference between equals to and what we call compare this double equals to operator. Another question? Hello? Any doubts till now? Okay. So yeah, these are some basic things and these will be used in Python. Okay. So remind me, next class I will be teaching what we call object-oriented Python. Why object-oriented Python? Because it is used by is mostly used in machine learning and all the packages and everything. So when you write modular code, this is very much required. So let me start with modular code. Okay. So what is a modular code? Can anyone tell me? The people who know modular code, etc. Am I audible? You can unmute yourself and tell. You don't have to. You don't have to type it. What is a modular code? No problem. So as I told you, looping, right? Why is looping required? Looping is required so you don't have to repeat the statements like this. Okay. So say I have some operation to perform. Say what can be the operation? I have to say I take a variable v is equal to 10. I do v is equal to v plus 1. Then I do v is equals to v into 20. Then I do v is equals to v divided by 2. Okay, and print v. So v becomes 110. But now I have to perform the same operation for k is equals to 25. And I don't want to write it again. Let me show you for k. So what I have to do is I have to change the variable TDS string. So for k is equal to 25, this set of operation gives you 260, correct? So now I have to repeat these whole lines for this thing, depending on variable. So can I somehow compile a module? So module is basically a box which contains tools to solve a problem. Can I create a module? Can I create a module around this to solve the problem? So in Python, modules are basically functions. Functions help us modularize the code. How? I define a function using def. So once I write def, I write some function name operation. Okay, I pass some variable name variable. Okay. So I forgot to tell you one thing. In other languages, blocks of codes are represented as, but in Python, blocks are represented as column. How I'll show you. Okay. So I take some variable, I take this whole code, I copy paste it here, supply the same. Okay, I'll show you how. Why this colon is important. Okay, so this code is written in Python this way. Had it been C++, I would have written it in this way. So I take some operation. Okay, I open a bracket here and I close a bracket here. In C++, this code would have written in this way. In C++, Java, or some other language. So this block basically tells you, for this line of code, you have to execute from here to here and not outside this. And you can just simply, and semicolons are applied, etc. All other things are done. But see, I don't need this indentation here. This indentation in other languages is just for namesake purpose. It basically tells you what part of code to run using these brackets, okay? And this is just, indentations are used for notification purposes only. So in C++, the code would have written in this manner. But in Java, we apply this colon. This colon tells you from here onwards, whatever is being applied after an indentation from one indentation of this thing, okay, will be in this block. So for this colon, this whole thing comes under indentation. This tab, indentation is basically tab. Indentation is tab. The tab button in your keyboard, tab on the left of Q key. Okay, so this basically tells you these many variables, these values, these many lines of code you have to run for this colon. Okay, you can apply indentation, nested indentation, etc. that I'll teach you later. So this is how definition this function has been defined now. Now if what I have to do is I can just simply write operation of k is so what was some value, say 20. For 20 the value was for 10 it was for 10 it was 110. Okay, for 25 it was 260, correct? So see, you can compare here. For 25 it was 260, for 10 it was 110. So now you have to just write this line, one operator, one function name, to run this whole set of lines. Okay, got it? I have a question here. Yeah, so once I try to add 0.23 30 times in print statement. Yeah, so this is what we call floating point error. Okay, so what you do is, once you write code in Python, the code is not written like this. So once so say if I write 2, so it is basically the problem which you are facing is called floating point precision. And this is a very common problem in languages such as Python, Java, etc., where you don't know how much decimal places to keep. Okay, so in say mathematics, if you multiply 2.3 with 2, you will get 4.6. But in Python, you might not get, you might get 4.6, But since you perform this operation for say 30 times, the error came like this. Why? Because for floating point values, for any operation, Python converts it into binary values. Okay, so binary values how? For 2, the binary value is 1 0. For 3, it is 1. Sorry. For 3, it is 1 1. Okay. So for 0.23, there will be some binary value. In float, and that binary value got added 30 times, and in that manner some floating point inaccuracy occurred, and that's why it gave you 6.90000006. Okay, but that conversion from binary to decimal gave you this error. So this is a very common problem, say, because this common problem is occurring because of recurring decimals, recurring number, something sort of that. So one general example in real world which we see is pi. So something, say you divide 23 by 7. Let me show you. You divide 23 by 7. You get this value. Okay. Now if I multiply this value by 7, I got 23. Exactly, because this value has some end, and computer recognized it and just printed it. Okay. That got it. But if I run a loop for I in range 7, equals to k is equals to no. See, sorry, let me add it. Yeah, it is fine. I think 0 1 2. So v is getting added to k, then v becomes, wait, let me show. See, at this place I should have stopped. I did it. I don't know. I should, because the original value is already, so I should do it with 0. Okay, let me start with 0. See this output. You see na 22.999999. Okay. So why is it coming here? Because by multiply it by 7. I'll multiply it by 7, and you will see 23 into this whole value into 7 I'll do, and you will get the exact output. Because that floating point was somehow handled correctly by Python, and you got 23. But when I add the same value 7 times, I get this error. So this is because Python cannot handle decimal values to that precision. Okay. So this is why you got the answer differently. So yeah, this is how modular code is written, and this is how most of the code you will find on GitHub, etc. You will find in this manner. And I won't teach further in modular code right now. Modular code what you can do is, the homework for you for next session, palindrome number, Armstrong number. Okay, write codes for these two methods. Okay, these two problems. Okay, what is a palindrome number, what is the Armstrong number? You can Google search. So 121 is a palindrome number. So how can you check if the number is palindrome or not? Okay, check if the number is palindrome, and Armstrong number is something square or cube or something like that. 153. So what you do is cube it, I think. Okay, yeah, so Armstrong number is basically this thing. So you take a number, say 153. 153 is Armstrong because number of digits are 3, okay, and 1 into 1 into 1. So should I write 1 to the cube plus 5 to the power 3 plus 3 to the power 3, because the digits are 3, so this will give me 153. So you guys have to do these two codes in Python, okay, and write the code in modular manner, okay, and you have to give output. If I will write a boilerplate code, if define palindrome, I will give you this notebook and you have to basically edit in it. So I will pass a number here, number num. What you have to do is you have to return true or false, okay, return true or false to basically tell me if this number is palindrome or not. Okay, similarly for Armstrong, you have to return true or false. Okay, and you have to run this code for 121 and this one for 153. Okay, so this is the homework for you, and you have to do it in next class, and next class we will be discussing this, and then we will be moving to object oriented programming, and from there we will be moving to basic operations of say basic NumPy mathematical operations and data handling in Python. Mathematical matrix operations and data handling in Python. So these two things which will be starting in next session. Okay. So any questions till now? If you have any doubts, just raise your hand and you can unmute yourself and discuss. Okay, no doubts? What reference material you need? Let me see, just a second. These questions you are having doubt. So this is basic set theory. You can just Google search union intersection and you will be able to find. Okay. Okay. Consider two random variables where marginal probability is okay. Which of the following is not sample that can be derived from two random variables? You have to tell it here. which of the following is joint distribution of two random variables. So x and y is given. X and y is given here. So 0.1 and 0.4. Can you find here? Like you have to basically find the slope of these two lines. These are straight lines, and you have to check if 0.1 and 0.4 and as x and y can exist or not. Okay, on this axis. Okay, like that you have to find. Okay. Any other doubts? Okay. So I think if you guys don't have any doubts, we can end the session here. You can just email me on discussion forum here. This discussion forum. Post the question here. Okay, either me or someone will answer it. If that question is directed to me, you can just tag me here. Okay, and I'll be answering it. Okay, in that way, the problem, if you have a doubt and if some other person has a doubt, that person can also see that question you asked and the answer which I provided. Okay, so that thing I don't have to repeat in that case. Okay. Okay, so I think that will be all for today, and we can end this session. Any other doubts? Okay, so then that will be all. Thanks a lot, guys. See you next week, Friday evening. Okay, bye bye. Thanks a lot.